All right, boys, I just saw Return to Silent Hill, starring Jeremy Irvine and Hannah Emily Anderson, and let's get into this shitfest. Return to Silent Hill follows a loose adaptation of Silent Hill 2's story of James Sunderland going to Silent Hill in search of his wife. And on the two positives I'm willing to give this movie, one, it's cool that they recreate some of the scenes from the games, and the James portrayal is passable with what he's given. That's it. The creature designs are awful. They are terribly coded in this awful looking CGI. And while there might be semi-accurate to the game, sometimes they do the wrong scenes from the wrong games. And the complete and utter butchery of what was incredible symbolism and unique characters with Eddie's awful portrayal and probably one of the worst things they did to the movie. Laura being just a bland evil kid instead of the nuance that she brought with being an uncanny valley that had ties to Mary. Don't get me started on what they did to Angela. One of the most heartbreaking characters in the entire story is completely thrown aside and sundered to be clapped into one giant awful hodgepodge with Maria, who is supposed to be interesting. And while there's a cool concept here of having Miss Anderson play both Maria and Mary, because in lore they do look alike and we know that, but then to bog down the pacing of what is not only an awful adaptation but an awful film by destroying the tone, tension, and pacing of every scene with these awful flashbacks. And not only are the flashbacks awful and come at the expense of every amount of tension, but they come in every scene where there's literally a giant monster hunting down James. And one of the few highlights of this movie is Pyramid Head's design. Until, spoiler alert, Pyramid Head represents the guilt that James feels over killing Mary. And you know what happens? They use Pyramid Head and show James' face. The nuance to what he represents is completely lost. The movie constantly feels like it's treating you like you're an idiot, because on top of that, there's literal scenes where they spell out the symbolism, which loses all the nuance and interest that as an audience member you're allowed to come to conclusions with. Everything's watered down and boring like they did with Eddie. I mean, come on, this is such an awful adaptation. And one of the advantages to video game movies is you're allowed to do a good adaptation for people who haven't seen the movie or the film or the game. But if this is your only experience with Silent Hill 2, why would you ever want to play the game? Because the movie sucks. And besides slightly compelling set design and the one-time use of the Silent Hill opening, having Akira Yamaoka come in and recompose some of the music for the film, there is no reason to ever watch this movie. It is awful, and it is quite literally a 0.5 out of 10. Have a good one, guys. Don't spend your money on this.